But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
Which is awfully interesting. Okay.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
They also killed your
That
mom.
would certainly seem true.
They told you that, right?
But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
We could even do your taxes. Also, Jamoni, you will learn in the future. No spumbler shit. So what?
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
So all the synths are our grandchildren. I think I get it.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage?
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Sorry about that. Anyway, Institute.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Alright.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Sure.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
Okay.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Okay, now, I was even wearing my suit, and I got through both of those charisma checks. That's pretty impressive. Also, hey there, Zombie Slayer. Thanks for the host. Let's go ahead and put on our coat. Since we'll be making first impressions, it'd probably be good to be well-dressed, right? So, we have met our son, who apparently is now older than we are, at least physically. Which is sort of weird, but whatever. SkullPunch is quick to adapt. And now we go through the ritual of meeting everybody, because
Almost
why
done.
wouldn't we?
Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Looks just like Nick.
Hey
Thanks
there.
again.
Scanning
course.
unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
We're all looking
Doesn't
forward
sound
to
like
working
Nick,
with
though.
you.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
I'm good. I need to meet with people. No.
Not now.
Bad.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
It
You're
might.
here. Glad you made it.
Let's go meet everybody. Why is that one not selected under our stuff? There we go.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
That's good. Better than that fucking Marcy, who got punched last time. You.
Hi, Doc.
You must be
Hey,
spoken
Kitty,
to.
You really are here.
Yep.
Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
With what? Absolutely. I'm just looking for now.
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here. Not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division...
This shit's not built
I'm
to
happy
last.
to discuss it.
Okay. Well, who built all this? This is actually pretty important.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
100 years from now, you hope that you're still around? What? Well, I mean, with the Institute, who knows what's possible, right? But still, I think that's pretty cool. Compared to the other vaults, this one's been dug out in, well, real time, effectively. During the whole bombs falling, they didn't just sit idle and bide their time. No, they were just still working down here.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Oh, you're one of them synths.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done. All that he has built.
That's my boy. Yep, he's the best. I'm gonna drink of water.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
What the fuck's a
Excuse me, I've got
polarizer?
reports to deliver.
Like, SkullPunch is ever gonna know what the hell a polarizer is. Maybe he will, someday. But he's still shocked from the whole, personality subversion.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay, thanks for the heads up on quiet time.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes,
Yes.
I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Mm-hmm. What work?
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems, Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Neat.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Yeah, especially since we have no fast travel options.
Access the Institute. Handy is something of an understatement.
It's the only option I had.
Significance is lost on you. You'll be the only one here with that kind of access.
Well, it's not like
If
you people
nothing
really
else, it should
leave all the time
demonstrate the
anyway.
amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Tell me your progress.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Apparently they do. Somehow. We've yet to learn that point, but you know what? Whatever, right? I hope you like hearing the game talk to us a lot, because that's what this section's gonna be. Walking around and being spoken to.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
I think this synth here is randomly generated each time, because I think it was a male one in my last playthrough.
There. All done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You better, or you going into the incinerator.
See that you do. Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Hello.
All systems.
Everyone's so friendly here. If only they had that sort of PR outside, right?
Knock some heads
Rumor
together.
is,
I'm hungry again.
Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
Maybe I should take some
Dark
Carry
matter.
on, sir.
Send a message.
Walk and talk, you bastards.
There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Coursers on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Ha!
Doctor. So, here you are. Justin Ao, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
It's probably
I'm
a
sure
wise
you understand.
idea.
There won't be any issues, will there?
There could be several issues. You don't trust me?
Why? Don't you trust me?
Oh, it's nothing personal. I don't trust anyone. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
That's right, Top Dog. He doesn't even trust himself. I'm just picturing him looking at mirror and then pointing at, I'm on to you. Smashes mirror.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Well, it went invisible, and then I punched it repeatedly until it stopped moving. I kind of felt around, and I couldn't feel it moving, and I assumed it was dead. Also, hey there, the Demon King. Aha. I got lucky. Well, that is my thing, but I think combat experience is probably what I'd have to say.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant.
Well, my friend Nick, who was my buddy, yeah, he helped.
On the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
Also, Nick is definitely not a synth. He is a perfectly good human cop person. Anyway, what's the question I wish I could ask him here is, we have all these other synths going rogue. Have we ever had a Courser go rogue? Because that seems like that would be a real problem, right? How do you take down a rogue Courser? More Coursers, probably.
You there?
I'd like to know
Sorry,
more
I was
about the
spacing
synth
out.
reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Neat. Alright, let's go ahead and have a food. I shall have... Oh yeah, I need to get my stuff fixed. I should go talk to the doctor. Since I still have my insomnia problem. What to eat? I think another deathclaw steak sounds good. Hey there, corny ranger.
Nothing to report, sir.
Alright, let's head over to the other side.
Everyone's excited about the new Synth project.
This game reminds me a bit of Human Revolution because they get really centered on this damn thing, this one thing. Whereas, like, in Human Revolution, it was, you know, augmentations. In this game, it's nothing but goddamn synths.
Examine my latest reports on batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive.
You smell like you've been above ground.
Not now.